Hello, model railroad fans. Welcome to Vintage Road and Rail. In today's video, we're going to take a look at some Proto 1000 50-foot box cars. These are put out by Lifelike, and this is before Lifelike was purchased by Walthers. And these are unique 50-foot box cars in that they are completely non-prototypical and that they feature comic strips. Various comic strips, probably from 30s, 40s, 50s. Some of these I'm not entirely familiar with. But they were released in two different series. There was a total, you may not be able to see it, but there's a total of 8 cars here. And the 4 on top were released together in Series 7. And those are going to be Annie, Dick Tracy, Brenda Starr, and Mullins. And you can't see them, but on the bottom will be Series 8. And that's going to be Betty Boop, Prince Valiant, Mandrake the Magician, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Katzenjammer Kids. So I'm familiar with some of these I'm not. But anyway, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you around one of the boxes, because all of these boxes are identical, and then I'll stop the video and I'll unbox each of them, and then we'll take a look at each car individually, and then I'll stop the video again and I will put these on the layout up here at the Central Ohio Model Railroad Club, and we'll get some footage of them being pulled around the track behind my CSX SD35. All right, so let's grab this Annie car here on the end. And as you can see, it's Proto 1000 series, 50-foot high roof box car. And then we can see here their selling point, body-mounted Proto 2000 magnetic knuckle couplers, Proto 2000 trucks with needlepoint axles and blackened metal wheels. And that's obviously HO scale, and that's pretty much all you get on the front. And on this end, it just says Proto 1000. More of the same on that end. And then if we look here, we see the Proto 1000 series. And it pretty much repeats a lot of the information we just got from the front, but it also includes some extra information like micro-molded detail, prototypical paint schemes, sharp laser quality printing. However, I think in the case of these cars, we can ignore the prototypical paint schemes because to my knowledge, these never rolled down the rails, and you don't have any of the typical markings that you would see, on a regular freight car. And of course, on the top, we get more of the same. And on the back, I'm not going to read that, but I will try to get it centered on the camera so that if you want to, you can pause the video and give that a quick read. But you can see here the date 2005, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, 2006 is when Lifelike was purchased by Walthers. All right, so you're able to see this one quite clearly, but as you can see, some of these have some protective plastic. So let me go ahead and stop the video and get these unboxed, and then we can take a closer look, and we'll look at each series individually. So we'll start with Series 7 and go on to Series 8. All right, so let me stop the video and I'll be right back. All right, so I've got Series 7 unboxed here, and you can see the 4 of them right here in front of you. So I've got them pretty much in alphabetical order, and I've kind of kept the boxes in the same order so that I can put the car in the box as I pulled them out. Not that I think it matters. I mean, like I said, the boxes are identical, and if they did have something indicating what was on there, then it'd be easy to find and it wouldn't be an issue. So I don't know if I care. All right, so let's start with this Annie car. All right, and we'll just zoom in real close here, and we can see that the printing process, whatever they used, they did a really good job on here. And so we can see where it says Annie, and this is going to be Orphan Annie, and I believe this is Daddy Warbucks. I do not know anything about a dog. All I saw was the movie that came out back in the 80s. And again, here we've got Annie. And this door does not open or close. And we've got some molded in detail here with these ladders. And we've got pretty thick little steps here. So they don't look like they would be easy to break. And I'm wandering off camera here. Stirrups is the word I was trying to think of. So they look to be pretty thick, so don't look like they're going to be very easy to break. And again, we've got some molded in detail on the roof. And pretty much all the detail here is molded in. So we've got some more ladders. And you can see we've got our knuckle coupler here. And then just pretty much more of the same on this side. And it does have its brake wheel, and I did check, and all 4 of these at least have their brake wheel. And under the bottom, you can see we've got metal wheels here, and we've got some nice molded in detail on the bottom. All right, so since all these cars are going to be identical, from here forward, we're just going to feature the artwork and not really give the car a look around, other than just to note that everything is present. So we're looking at Brenda Starr, wheels, knuckle couplers, all present. And so this is Brenda Starr. And again, really nice artwork. This is not something I'm familiar with, a comic character. But I believe these were based on comic strips found in newspapers. All right, and so there's the artwork on this end. And it's pretty much more of the same on that side. All right, so we're going to come to Dick Tracy. And this is a comic strip I'm familiar with. I don't know that I've read it, just familiar with it. And so we have some more nice artwork on both ends. Looks really good to me. Right there. And Moon Mullins is again another one I am familiar with. Mostly because I had a barber I went to back when I was a kid. Everybody called him Moon Mullins, and for the longest I thought that was his name, but then I found out it was a nickname because they thought he looked like Moon from this comic strip. So anyway, so here is some artwork on this end. And the Moons Mullins gang. Again, I'm familiar with it in that I've heard of it, but I know nothing about Moon Mullins as far as what it was about. When it comes to comic strips, I'm familiar with Peanuts, and Garfield is my favorite. All right, so that's a look at Series 7. So I'm going to stop the video again, and we'll unbox Series 8 and take a quick look at those, and we'll move on from there. One moment. All right, we got Series 8 unboxed here, so we'll go through those here real quick. But before I go any further, I meant to give a shout out to my daughter, Maya. She purchased all of these for me. Some of them were as a Christmas present, and then when she realized there was a set of 8 of them, she tracked down the remaining couple or so and got those for me. So I want to thank her for, hooking me up with these cars because they're really beautiful. All right, so let's now move on to Betty Boop. And all of these cars, again, have the same detail. They all have brake wheels, knuckle couplers, metal wheels, all present, nothing missing. So here's Betty Boop. And this is really beautiful artwork on all of these cars. I just love it. So let's turn it around and take a look at the other side. And this is a cartoon character I'm familiar with, or I should say comic strip character. But truth be told, I really only remember from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. All right, and this one is, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, the Katzenjammer Kids. I know absolutely nothing about this comic book, or I should say comic strip series. But the artwork is really good. It might behoove me at some point to look some of these up just to see if they're funny. Garfield cracks me up, but who knows. All right, and now we're moving on to Mandrake the Magician. Really good looking artwork again. All of these are just fantastic in my opinion. They are correct when they say that the lettering and everything is really sharp. All right, and then we have our last car, Prince Valiant. So I'll get to that in just a second, but Prince Valiant, well, let's go to this end first. It says, in the days of King Arthur. So I guess this is going to be some story about the Knights of the Round Table or something like that. But here's the artwork again, very beautiful. All right, now these cars were released originally, like I said, in 2 series, and there's other series. These are 7 and 8, and there's some popsicle ones. There's like some Time magazine, I think, and a few other various different series. I'm not sure how many, but I'm thinking probably at least 10 series. And they were originally $49.99 each for the set of 4 cars. Probably for me, these averaged probably close to $15 to $20 per car for my daughter to get these. I'm not 100% sure, but that's kind of what I'm guessing. But if you want something to run on your layout that's just interesting and fun, you really can't go wrong with these. They're very beautiful. And I would imagine any of the other cars that were put out that are like these kind of fantasy cars, are probably going to be just as beautiful to look at on a layout. All right, so let me go get these set up on the layout out here at the club, and I'll just get some footage of them going around the layout and wrap up this video. All right, so we are on the layout, all set and ready to go. So I'm going to try to walk a little bit closer without rocking the camera all over the place as I walk. So we've got leading my CSX SD35 locomotive. And so we're going to lead off with Series 7, and they're in alphabetical order. So they're going to be sorted by series and in alphabetical order. So Series 7, we've got Annie, Brenda Starr, Dick Tracy, Moon Mullins. And then we're going to move over to Series 8. So we've got Betty Boop, Katzenjammer Kids, Mandrake the Magician, Prince Valiant, and no train is complete without a caboose. So we've got this nice CSX safety caboose right here. All right, so I'm going to back off a little bit. And this is going to wrap up this part of the video. So I hope you enjoyed taking a look at these very interesting comic strip cars put out by Lifelike for their Proto 1000 series. Very beautiful cars, if you ask me. Certainly worth a purchase if you like these types of fantasy cars. So yeah, so if you like this, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you want to see when I have another video, hit that notification bell. That way you'll be alerted. And I'm going to wrap the video up here, but don't run away just yet, because I'm going to get some footage of this train running around the layout here at the club. All right, well, thank you very much for joining me today here at Vintage Road and Rail. Happy model railroading, guys. Take care.